Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. And a lot of people may not believe it to be true, but listen, man. A contentious and angry woman or man is someone that you don't want to be around. You dig? Why? Because they're toxic. Yeah, I said it. They're toxic. Hey, good morning, everyone. What it do? This is your man, Levon. Hey, listen. Just want to ask you this question. Do you have a problem with your anger? Or are you a contentious person? You know, someone that likes to keep up strife and problems and fault find and blame. You dig? That's a contentious person. You know, someone that just walking around mean, have a scowl on their face. Someone that is snappy, you know what I'm saying? Matter of factly when they answer, just one word to the point, you know, with an attitude and almost like with a chip on their shoulder and like, you know, they mad at the world. That's anger. Do you know people that are contentious and angry? Yo, what is it? This is your man, Levon. Look, today we're going to talk about contentious and angry people, right? And we're going to see what the word says about it. But I'm sure that, like, I know several people that are angry people and they are full of contention, you know, and I'm sure you know people like that too. Maybe friends or family, co-workers. You know somebody that's just angry all the time. They ready to argue at a drop of a dime. You say something that they don't agree, they don't like, boom, they got an argument for you. Or if they see something that, you know, they feel like it should be addressed in their mind, you know what I'm saying, according to how they flow and how they live and their frequency, they're going to be contentious with you. They're going to stride with you. They're going to, you know, find something wrong. They're going to fault find. They're just going to be contentious. They like to keep up strife. They like to gossip, talk about folks. You know, they kind of people that throw the rock and then hide the hand and act like they ain't see what's going on. Yeah, those are contentious people. You dig? And we're going to talk about that today. But before we get into that, please like this video, share this video on all your platforms. Make sure you hit that like button and please hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing to do it. You know what I'm saying? Turn on the bell notification so you're always notified whenever I upload content. Now let's get off into this. One of the hardest things to do is try to be cool with a person that's contentious. You know what I'm saying? Trying to live your best life and walk out your peace and your love, right, with a contentious person. Because a contentious person is not going to recognize that how you're moving. They're not going to recognize that you're moving in love and you're moving in peace and you're trying to move in solidarity, you know what I'm saying? And they're not going to see that. What they're going to see is that you think you're special. You think you all that. You think you know, a bag of chips and soda pop. You dig? They're going to see that what you're doing is in direct opposition to their vibe and their frequency. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to hear no peace. They're not trying to feel no love. You know, they ain't trying to give you something that's going to help you and encourage you. You dig? Because that's not what they're at. That's not where their mind is at. That's not how they vibrating. They're on a whole different frequency. You dig? They're on that low vibration frequency. And those type of people, you don't necessarily want to be around when they get stirred up. You dig? Because they're toxic. You know, they're like, you know, people that are contentious and angry or like people, they're like people that walk around with high blood pressure and diabetes. Most of the people that have high blood pressure and diabetes don't even know that they have it. They're walking around like, you know, they don't feel nothing like they've been feeling like they always felt because that's just what they've gotten accustomed to. They really don't pay attention to their bodies, all that kind of stuff. But they're walking around with high blood pressure 180, 190, pushing 200. You dig? And they as skinny as me. You know, they walking around here, you know, with all these, you know, heart conditions and all these things going on in their body. Why? Because they're just, they're so angry. They're full of contention and strife. You know, they go to bed upset. So they can't sleep good. You know, they toss and turn all night. They have no peace. They can't get no rest. And then they wake up tired, pissed off, frustrated, angry, upset, just ready to rip somebody's head off. And half the time they may not even know why. You dig? But they just been in that way so long, they have gotten lulled to sleep. They have gotten comfortable in that way. And a lot of times people get so lost going down that trap, they don't know how to get out. They can't see their way back to the light, how to get out of this anger, this depression, this contention, always want to just rip somebody's head off all the time. They don't even know how to get out of it. And then many of us don't want to take the time, you know what I'm saying, to either explain what's happening to them or just love them back out of that. You know, go through the wops, go through the duck and bobbing and weaving. You may take a couple hits to the jaw, you know, but you loving them back to a place where they're not lost. They're not just in this pool, this cesspool of anger and irritation and attitude, you know what I'm saying? And want to just cut everybody down just for looking at them and smiling and trying to say something encouraging, you dig? This is the angry and contentious person. I don't care whether you male or female, because it's just not women that are angry and contentious. Yeah, a lot of times they have a reason to be, but men can be angry and contentious too. You dig? So for both the species, male and female, anger and contention is not your friend. Let's talk about it. Now the scripture says in Proverbs 21:19 that it's better to dwell in the wilderness, right? It's better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman. You dig? Proverbs 21:19. Let's talk about that. Now let me state this off the bat for everybody listening, right? Yes, it's talking about it's better for a man to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman. But listen, that is not just to women, that's to women and men, because it's better for a woman. Yeah, I said it. I'm not trying to add to the word, but I'm just putting a more of a reality on it. It's not just contentious women, y'all. It means anybody that is angry and contentious. It's better for you to dwell in the wilderness. It's better for you to dwell in a dry and a barren place, right? That's what the wilderness is. It's like a desert. It's dry and it's barren, and it doesn't really produce a lot. But it's better to be in that place than to be in the presence or to be living with or to be spending any amount of time with a woman or a man that is contentious and full of strife and that is angry. You dig? I'm sure, ladies, you would agree, right, that there's nothing worse than having to come home and deal with an angry dude, right? Or a contentious dude. I'm sure y'all would agree to that. You know, with all that you going throughout your day, the last thing you need is to come home to a man that's angry, pissed off. He don't want to hear nothing. You can't talk to him. You can't reason with him. Everything you say, you know, he gonna turn around and snap at you. He gonna be nonchalant about it or whatever. You know how I understand how we as men get when we get in our way. We don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. We ain't trying to reason with you. We're not trying to, you know, sit down and have this long conversation about how do we feel and all. We ain't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Back up off us. Give me some space. Give me some room. That's the best thing you can do for me when I'm irritated, when I'm angry, and when I'm contentious. Same thing for men. Last thing we want, ladies, is to come home after having to fight all day out here in the world and then got to come home and fight with you. That's the last thing we want. You know what I'm saying? We dang sure don't want to walk into you being pissed off and angry and upset and then contentious on top of it. You dig? So first thing we're going to try to do is figure out what the problem is, and we can't fix it. You know, figure out how to fix it. Okay, we're going to bounce because I ain't got time for that. I'm not trying to hear you yelling and screaming and upset and frustrated, and nothing I do or say will fix the problem. I need to go take a ride. I need to go take a drive. I need to go take a walk. I'm finna go out here and I'm finna go hit the gym. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go do something to get out of your presence, because I ain't got time to be arguing with you and you just want to be contentious. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. So yes, towards men and women, this is for both sexes. You dig? Let's not be angry and contentious. First of all, it takes a lot of energy to be angry and contentious all the time. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of energy to do that. And second of all, it's not good for your health. You dig? It'll make your blood pressure go sky high. You know, you'll be stressed out. And stress is not good for the body. Then all of a sudden you start having all these, you know, physical problems and maybe even mental problems. Yes, all due to anger and stress. It is not your friend. Especially when these things are you know, they're working together and hand in hand, side by side. It's bad enough to be angry. That's bad enough. But then to be contentious on top of it, that's a deadly combination, man. Again, like I keep telling y'all, it's toxic. And if you know people that are toxic, the best thing you can do is move away from them. You know what I'm saying? Try to love them with a long handled spoon, because you don't want that toxicity to get off on you. You dig? Because toxicity is very contagious. If you're around a toxic person and you're not careful, next thing you know, you're gonna wind up being angry. And you don't even know why. You know what I mean? You woke up in a good mood, you was cool, but now all of a sudden you just mad at everybody. Well, who you been around? Who you been talking to on the phone? You know what I'm saying? Whose present have you been in? You dig? Those are things we need to look at. You know, if you woke up, you wasn't contentious, you didn't have no strife in you, but all of a sudden you went here, or you talked to this person, or you know what I'm saying? We need to backtrack and follow the steps and see who he was around to know that, oh, that wasn't me. You dig? That wasn't my spirit. That was somebody else that I was around that I didn't take note of, and all of a sudden what they had then jumped on me. Let's be careful and let's be mindful of our own selves, you dig? And those that we come in contact with and those that we're around. That's why it pays to be prayed up. You dig? It pays to be prayed up in the spirit. It pays to make sure that you got your T's crossed and your I's dotted before you step out the door. Let me make sure I got, you know, the armor of God on. Got to have my helmet and my breastplate and my belt of truth and my shoes, you know, the gospel and my sword of the spirit, you know what I'm saying, and my shield. Yo, I got to be ready. You dig? Before I step out the house with everything. Got to make sure I put a little prayer time in. You dig? I done spent a little time with God and in his presence before I go out here in this crazy world. You dig? So these are things that we can do to just help us not be contentious or angry, or, you know, shield us from people that are. You dig? Because what we can do is we can shed a little love on our way out. Deuces. We can give them some encouragement as we exit stage left. You dig? If it's too hot in the kitchen, why are you gonna sit there to try to prove a point? Like, oh, I can handle it. I can be in the kitchen. I can take the heat. Nah, man, get your butt out that kitchen. Especially if you don't belong up in there. Say your deuces, throw your encouragement up, and exit stage left. Because you don't want to be toxic like others are toxic. You feel me? So I just want to encourage y'all on today real quick and just say, hey, man, don't walk around with an angry and contentious way about yourself. And if you notice that you are angry or you have some contention, get it right quickly. Get rid of it quickly. You dig? So that way you can go on being light and being happy and spreading light and love. And you're not upset and frustrated and mad. And then that's what you're spreading to other people. You dig? Your man Levon. One love, be blessed on the day. Remember Lamella E, love, uplift, motivate, inspire, learn, laugh, encourage, and enlighten. LamellaE.com. The website is being worked on, but it will be back up running shortly. You dig? This is your man Levon. Make sure you join me every day, Monday through Friday, for your motivating and positive, encouraging content. One love. I'm out.